Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something real quick. How many times have you found yourself stuck, held back, or drained because of the people around you? Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or someone you thought had your back, but all they do is slow you down. Now, what if I told you the secret to breaking free, to leveling up your life, isn't about changing them? It's about changing where you put your focus. Today, I'm going to share with you why the most powerful move you can make is to stop trying to fix everyone else, stop chasing approval, and start focusing on yourself. Because when you do that, when you let go of what's holding you back, you unlock the door to your true greatness. Stay with me, because this is the moment your life can change. Your energy is the most valuable thing you have. Think about it like this every day. You wake up with a certain amount of energy, physical, mental, emotional. And how you spend that energy shapes your life. It affects your mood, your decisions, your relationships, and ultimately your success. But here's the problem. Too many people spend their energy on the wrong things and the wrong people. They give their attention to distractions, drama, and negativity that don't serve them. And after a while, they wonder why they feel tired, stuck, or unhappy. The truth is, your energy is precious. It's not unlimited, and you need to be very careful about who and what gets a piece of it. Imagine you have a bank account, but instead of money, it holds your energy. Every time you engage with someone who drags you down, who brings drama or doubt into your life, you're withdrawing from that account. And if you keep making withdrawals without deposits, eventually you'll run out. You'll be empty. But when you protect your energy and only spend it on things and people that uplift you, encourage you, and inspire you, you start to build a different kind of wealth. You build peace, clarity, and momentum. And that momentum pushes you toward your goals and your dreams. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that they owe everyone their time and energy. They feel responsible for fixing other people's problems, for making everyone happy, for keeping the peace. But let me tell you, that's not your job. Your job is to take care of yourself first. When you put yourself last, you're running on empty. You're not able to show up as your best self for anyone, your family, your friends, your work, or even for yourself. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean you're selfish or uncaring. It means you understand that you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to fill yourself up first. When your energy is full, you can give more, not out of obligation, but out of genuine love and strength. You become the person others can rely on, not because you sacrifice yourself, but because you are whole. Now, protecting your energy doesn't mean cutting everyone off or being rude. It means setting boundaries. It means recognizing who in your life is helping you grow and who is holding you back. It means saying no when you need to and not feeling guilty about it. When you start to value your energy this way, you start to see things clearly. You realize you don't have to stay connected to every person or situation that drains you. Think about those moments when you've been around someone negative or toxic. How did you feel afterward? Tired, stressed, angry. That's a signal from your body and mind telling you that your energy was spent in a way that wasn't good for you. Learning to listen to those signals is key. It's like your internal GPS guiding you away from danger and toward what's good for you. And here's another truth: not everyone will like you focusing on yourself. Some people want you to stay stuck in their drama or their problems because it makes them feel better about their own lives. They might try to pull you back or make you feel guilty for putting yourself first. But you have to understand that their reaction is about them, not you. Your job is to stay focused on your path. When you start focusing on yourself, you're telling the world you respect yourself enough to choose what's best for your growth and happiness. You're showing up as a leader in your own life, and that's powerful. So Protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because it does. Don't give your energy away to anyone or anything that doesn't add value to your journey. Spend it wisely. Spend it intentionally. The more you do this, the more you'll see how your life changes. You'll have more peace, more joy, and more success than you ever thought possible. Remember, focusing on yourself isn't about ignoring others. It's about honoring yourself first so you can be the best version of yourself. And once you do that, everything else will fall into place. Growth requires space. It's something that many people don't realize until they feel stuck, frustrated, or overwhelmed. You can't grow if you're crowded by too many voices, too much noise, or constant distractions. Growth needs room, room to breathe, room to think, and room to become the person you are meant to be. Think about a seed planted in a small pot. It can only grow as much as the pot allows. If the roots don't have enough space to spread, the plant becomes weak and stunted. But if you transplant that seed into a bigger pot or into open soil, suddenly it has the freedom to grow tall and strong. Your life is the same way. If you want to grow, you have to create space in your mind, your heart, and your environment. Sometimes that means letting go of things and people that take up too much space but don't help you grow. It might be a friend who always complains and never supports your dreams. It could be a habit that keeps you stuck in the same place. Or it might be a mindset like fear or self-doubt that holds you back from trying something new. Letting go is hard. Nobody likes to lose people or things they are used to, even if those things are not good for them. But holding on tightly to what no longer serves you is like trying to grow while standing inside a cage. You want to reach for the sky, but the bars keep you trapped. Growth is about change, and change needs space. When you clear out what's holding you back, you create the freedom to evolve, to stretch your limits, and to become more than you were yesterday. This space is not just physical, it's mental and emotional too. It's about freeing your mind from doubts and distractions so you can focus on what really matters. Many people fear this space because it feels like being alone. They worry about loneliness or losing connections. But the truth is, growth often happens in moments of solitude. When you spend time with yourself and your thoughts, that quiet space gives you clarity and perspective. It helps you understand who you are and where you want to go. When you give yourself this room, you'll start to notice changes. You'll feel stronger, more confident, and more focused. You'll have the courage to say no to things that don't align with your goals and yes to opportunities that push you forward. You'll begin to attract people and experiences that match your new energy. Creating space also means managing your time wisely. Your schedule should reflect your priorities. If you want to grow, you can't fill every minute with distractions, social media, or people who drain you. You need time for learning, for reflection, for rest. Growth doesn't happen when you're running on empty or rushing through life. Another important part of creating space is setting boundaries. Boundaries protect your energy and your focus. They let others know what you will and will not accept in your life. When you respect your own boundaries, you teach people how to treat you. And when people respect your space, you can grow without interference or negativity pulling you down. Space also helps reduce stress. When you're overwhelmed and packed with too many responsibilities or toxic relationships, stress builds up and blocks your progress. But when you carve out space to slow down and breathe, your mind clears and your creativity flows. You find solutions you couldn't see before. You gain the energy to keep going, even when the journey is tough. Growth is a process, not a one-time event. It happens little by little as you make room for new ideas, new habits, and new people. It happens when you let go of what no longer fits and embrace the unknown with an open heart. And that's why creating space is so important. It's the foundation for everything else. So if you want to grow, you have to be willing to create space in your life. You have to clear out the clutter. Whether it's physical clutter in your home, mental clutter in your mind, or emotional clutter in your heart, you have to be brave enough to let go of what's comfortable but limiting. And most of all, you have to trust that when you create space, something better will fill it. Remember, growth isn't about forcing change or rushing yourself. It's about giving yourself the room to become the best version of you. When you make space, you open the door to endless possibilities. You free yourself to reach higher, dream bigger, and live fuller. And that space, it's waiting for you right now. All you have to do is let go and step into it. When you focus on your goals and dreams, something amazing happens. You start to create success. Success doesn't just come by chance or luck. It comes because you give your full attention and energy to what matters most. When you focus on yourself, on your purpose, and on your vision, distractions begin to fade away. The noise that used to pull you in different directions becomes quieter. Your path becomes clearer, and your steps become stronger. Think about it like a flashlight in a dark room. If you hold the flashlight steady and point it in one direction, you see clearly where you are going. But if you keep moving the flashlight all over the place, the light scatters and you see nothing clearly. The same thing happens with your focus. If your attention is scattered, if you try to do too many things at once or worry about what others think, you lose sight of your own goals. You feel confused and stuck. Focus builds success because it gives you power. It helps you work smarter, not just harder. When you focus, you prioritize the tasks and actions that bring you closer to your dreams. You learn to say no to distractions and yes to opportunities that truly matter. This focused energy fuels momentum, and momentum is what pushes you forward, even when things get tough. It's easy to get distracted by what other people are doing. You might look at someone else's success and compare yourself, or get caught up in drama, gossip, or social media. But every minute you spend worrying about others is a minute taken away from your own growth. When you focus on yourself, you stop comparing and start creating. You stop reacting to what others say or do and start controlling your own story. Focus also means commitment. It means showing up every day and putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. Success rarely comes overnight. It comes from consistent effort, from choosing your goals over short-term pleasures or distractions. When you are focused, you don't give up easily. You keep your eyes on the prize, and you keep moving forward step by step. One of the biggest challenges to focus is doubt. Doubt creeps in and tries to convince you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, or that your dreams are too big. But when you focus, you silence those doubts with action. You remind yourself why you started. You remember your purpose, your passion, and your vision. And that keeps you going. Focusing on yourself also means taking care of your mind and body. When you are tired, stressed, or unhealthy, your focus weakens. Success requires energy and clarity. So part of focusing on yourself is making time to rest, eat well, exercise, and take care of your mental health. When you feel your best, your focus sharpens and your work improves. Another important part of focus is setting clear goals. Without goals, focus is like a ship without a compass. You drift without direction. But when you set specific, measurable goals, you know exactly where you're headed. You can track your progress and celebrate small wins along the way. Those wins build confidence and keep your motivation high. When you focus on yourself and your goals, you start to notice that you attract more of what you want. Opportunities appear because you are ready for them. People who support your vision come into your life. Doors open that once seemed closed. This is not magic. It's the result of your energy aligning with your purpose. Sometimes focusing on yourself means ignoring distractions or even criticism from others. Not everyone will understand your journey, and some people may try to pull you off course because they're afraid or jealous. But when you stay focused, you protect your dreams like a treasure. You know that your success is worth more than temporary approval or fitting in. The truth is, the more you focus on yourself, the more successful and fulfilled you become. You gain control over your life. You make decisions that align with your true self. You stop living by other people's expectations and start living by your own values and dreams. So today, make a choice to focus on what matters most to you. Let go of distractions, let go of comparisons, and let go of doubt. Give yourself permission to be fully present in your own journey. Because when you do, you'll find that success is not just a destination. It's the natural result of your focus, your passion, and your persistence. Remember, your focus is your power. Use it wisely and watch how your life transforms. Letting go is one of the hardest things anyone can do, but it is also one of the strongest and most courageous acts you can take. Many people think holding on tightly shows strength. They believe that if they keep pushing, keep trying to control everything and everyone around them, they will somehow win or be okay. But real strength doesn't come from holding on. It comes from knowing when to release. Letting go means you respect yourself enough to stop carrying what weighs you down. It means you are brave enough to choose your peace over chaos. It's important to understand that letting go isn't about weakness or failure. It's not giving up on your goals or your dreams. It's not running away from problems or responsibilities. Instead, letting go is a powerful act of self-love and self-respect. It is saying, I deserve better than this. I deserve happiness, growth, and peace. And sometimes the people or situations we hold on to are exactly what keep us from those things. Letting go often feels like losing something important. Maybe it's a friendship that used to mean the world to you, but now only brings you pain. Maybe it's a job or a habit that once made sense, but now keeps you stuck. Or maybe it's a relationship where you give more than you get, and the love or respect isn't there anymore. Holding on to these things can make you feel trapped, exhausted, and unhappy. But when you find the courage to let go, you free yourself. You open up space for new possibilities, new people, and new opportunities. You create room for growth, healing, and joy. Imagine holding a heavy suitcase for years. It weighs you down, hurts your shoulders, and makes every step harder. Letting go of that suitcase doesn't mean you don't care about what's inside. It means you choose your own well-being over carrying that burden anymore. Many people are afraid of letting go because they fear being alone or afraid of the unknown. Change is scary. Leaving familiar things behind, even if they hurt you, can feel like stepping into the dark. But growth and transformation happen when you face those fears head on. When you let go, you are not walking away from your life. You are stepping into a better version of it. Letting go also means not holding grudges or anger inside. Holding on to bitterness only hurts you. It traps you in the past and prevents you from moving forward. Forgiveness, whether for yourself or others, is a form of letting go that frees your heart and mind. It doesn't mean you forget or accept bad behavior. It means you release the power those memories or feelings have over you. Another important part of letting go is understanding that not everyone will understand your decision, and that's okay. Some people will try to pull you back, question your choices, or make you feel guilty for putting yourself first. But you have to remember, your peace and growth are your responsibility. You owe no one an explanation for choosing your happiness and well-being. Letting go is also about trusting yourself. Trust that you are strong enough to handle what comes next. Trust that by releasing what no longer serves you, you are making space for better things. Trust that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness. When you let go, you become the leader of your own life. You take control of your story. You stop being a passenger in someone else's drama and start driving toward your own goals. That's real strength. It's not easy, but it's worth it. In fact, letting go can be the very thing that changes your life. It allows you to grow beyond your past limitations, break free from toxic cycles, and create a future full of promise. You become more focused, more peaceful, and more powerful. So, if you find yourself holding on to something or someone that doesn't make you better, stronger, or happier, ask yourself this: is this helping me grow, or is it holding me back? If it's holding you back, have the courage to let it go. Not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to choose yourself. Remember, letting go is a gift you give yourself. It's the first step toward freedom, healing, and a better life. When you learn to let go, you open the door to a future filled with possibilities. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation that keeps everything else in your life stable and growing. When you focus on yourself, one of the most important things you can do is to take care of your mind, body, and spirit. Without this care, no matter how hard you work or how much you try to grow, you will eventually burn out. You will lose your energy, your motivation, and your joy. Self-care isn't selfish, it's smart. Many people think self-care means just taking a day off or pampering themselves with a spa visit. While those things can be helpful, true self-care goes much deeper. It means building daily habits that support your well-being in a real and lasting way. It means eating food that fuels your body, getting enough sleep, moving your body regularly, and making time to relax and recharge. It means paying attention to your emotional health and finding ways to manage stress and anxiety. When you care for yourself like this, you build a strong foundation for everything else in your life. Focusing on yourself also means learning to say no. Saying no is one of the most powerful acts of self-care because it protects your time and energy. When you say yes to everything and everyone, you stretch yourself too thin. You become exhausted and overwhelmed, and your focus suffers. But when you say no to things that don't serve your goals or your well-being, you create space for what truly matters. Saying no is not rude or selfish. It's an act of respect for yourself and your priorities. Another part of self-care is setting boundaries. Boundaries are like fences that protect your peace. They help you decide what you will accept from others and what you won't. Boundaries stop people from taking advantage of your kindness or draining your energy. When you have clear boundaries, you teach others how to treat you. You show that you value yourself enough to protect your time, your emotions, and your dreams. Without boundaries, it's easy to lose yourself in the demands and expectations of others. Self-care also means being kind to yourself. Many people are their own harshest critics. They focus on their mistakes, weaknesses, or failures and forget to celebrate their strengths and successes. But kindness to yourself fuels your confidence and your motivation. It reminds you that you are worthy of love and respect no matter what. When you treat yourself with kindness, you create a positive inner voice that encourages you to keep going, even when things get tough. Focusing on yourself means giving yourself permission to rest. Rest is not a sign of weakness. It's a vital part of growth. Our bodies and minds need time to recover and recharge. When you rest, you improve your ability to think clearly, make better decisions, and face challenges with strength. Without rest, stress builds up and burnout becomes inevitable. So, rest is not a break from success. It is part of success. Self-care also includes seeking help when you need it. Sometimes, focusing on yourself means recognizing when you can't do everything alone. Asking for support from friends, family, or professionals is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you value your well-being and are committed to your growth. No one can do it all by themselves, and the strongest people are those who know when to reach out. When you focus on self-care, you create balance in your life. Balance means you don't let one part of your life take over everything else. It means you give attention to your work, your relationships, your health, and your dreams. Balance keeps you grounded and helps you avoid burnout. It makes growth sustainable because you are not sacrificing one part of yourself for another. Remember, you are your most important project. Just like you wouldn't ignore an important task or a valuable investment, you shouldn't ignore yourself. Taking care of yourself is an investment that pays off in every area of your life. It improves your relationships, your work, your health, and your happiness. When you feel good inside, it shows in everything you do. So make a promise to yourself today to prioritize self-care, to protect your energy, and to respect your limits. Focus on building habits that nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Say no when you need to. Set boundaries that protect your peace, and be kind to yourself every step of the way. Rest when you need to, and don't be afraid to ask for help. This is how you build a strong foundation for lasting success and happiness. Focusing on yourself through self-care isn't just about feeling good. It's about becoming the best version of you. When you care for yourself first, everything else falls into place more easily. You have the strength to face challenges, the clarity to make good decisions, and the energy to pursue your dreams. Self-care gives you the power to live fully and authentically. Remember, your well-being is not optional. It is essential. When you make self-care a priority, you honor your worth and open the door to a brighter, healthier, and more fulfilling future. When you focus on yourself, you gain control over your life. This means you stop letting others dictate your emotions, your choices, or your direction. You become the one in charge of your story. Instead of reacting to what happens around you, you respond with intention. You make decisions based on what you want, not what others expect or demand. This shift is powerful because it gives you freedom, the freedom to live life on your own terms. Many people spend too much time trying to please others, seeking approval, or fitting into molds that don't suit them. This leads to feeling stuck, unhappy, and drained. When you focus on yourself, you break free from these traps. You stop worrying about what people think and start listening to what you truly need. This doesn't mean you become selfish or ignore others. It means you respect yourself enough to make your well-being a priority. Taking control of your life also means setting clear goals and working toward them. When you know what you want, you can create a plan to get there. You stop drifting aimlessly or waiting for the right moment that never comes. Instead, you take consistent steps toward your dreams. This kind of focus creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. Even small actions done daily add up to big results over time. Gaining control also means learning to manage your thoughts and emotions. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, but how you react to them makes all the difference. When you focus on yourself, you develop the ability to stay calm and clear-headed in difficult situations. You don't let fear, anger, or doubt control your actions. Instead, you face challenges with confidence and resilience because you believe in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Control over your life also comes from taking responsibility. This means owning your choices, your mistakes, and your successes. It's easy to blame others or circumstances when things go wrong, but that keeps you stuck. When you focus on yourself, you accept responsibility and use every experience as a lesson. This mindset makes you stronger and wiser. It helps you grow because you see obstacles as opportunities to learn and improve. Another important part of control is managing your time and energy wisely. When you focus on yourself, you understand that these resources are limited. You become careful about how you spend your time and who you spend it with. You prioritize activities and relationships that support your growth and happiness. You learn to say no to things that drain you or don't align with your goals. This makes you more productive and fulfilled because you are investing your energy where it counts most. Gaining control over your life also means trusting yourself. Trust is the foundation of confidence. When you trust yourself, you make decisions without constantly second guessing. You believe that you can handle the outcomes, whether they are good or bad. This trust comes from knowing your values, understanding your strengths, and learning from your experiences. It's about having faith in your ability to navigate life's ups and downs. When you focus on yourself, you also start to create healthy relationships. You attract people who respect your boundaries and support your growth. You stop wasting time on toxic or draining relationships that hold you back. This is because when you are in control of your life, you don't settle for less than you deserve. You surround yourself with positivity and encouragement, which makes your journey easier and more enjoyable. Having control doesn't mean you won't face challenges or hard times. Life will always have ups and downs. But when you focus on yourself, you are better prepared to handle those moments. You have the tools, the mindset, and the strength to keep moving forward. You don't let setbacks define you or stop your progress. Instead, you use them as fuel to grow stronger and wiser. Taking control of your life is about freedom, freedom to be yourself, freedom to pursue your dreams, and freedom to live with purpose and joy. It's about being the author of your own story, not just a character in someone else's. When you focus on yourself, you take the driver's seat and steer your life where you want it to go. This control is liberating because it gives you confidence and peace of mind. You no longer feel like a victim of circumstances or other people's opinions. You feel empowered and motivated because you know that your life is in your hands. You have the ability to create the future you desire. So choose to focus on yourself. Choose to take control. Let go of the need to please everyone or live up to others' expectations. Trust your path, own your decisions, and protect your energy. When you do this, you unlock a life full of possibility, growth, and happiness. You become unstoppable. Remember, control over your life is not about perfection or having all the answers. It's about commitment to yourself and your journey. It's about showing up every day with intention and courage. It's about believing in your power to create the life you deserve. When you focus on yourself and take control, you transform not only your life, but also the world around you. Because a person who is in control, confident, and clear about their purpose inspires others to do the same. Your journey becomes a beacon of hope and strength for those who watch you. So stand firm, take charge, and leave boldly. Your life is your masterpiece. Paint it with focus, courage, and love.